Okay, this is April 27th. See, we got the pad poured and starting to lay out the block. 4,100 pounds worth of block. That was a real good way to start the day unloading that, but we do what we got to do. Okay, I just want to mention real quick, it's not really part of the koi pond, but I had a huge tiger eye sumac planted here that I had to relocate. I'll show you in a minute. But when I bought the tiger eye, one thing they didn't tell me was that it had running roots similar to bamboo. And they are a little aggressive, but not as aggressive as bamboo. This early in the spring, you can see that the running roots are starting to sprout up new ones right here. And at this point I can reach down and tear them off and they won't come back. But if you let that grow 6 to 8 inches and then dig out a foot or two around it, they transplant fairly easy. Here's a good example here. Coming right off the base, all those are new tiger eye sumac coming up that I have to maintain to keep this bed fairly clear of them. But with running roots, you know, it's tougher to transplant a mature tree like this. You can see that they're sprouting out for the spring really nice. You can also see that I've had to trim them back throughout the years because they come out into the walkway and they trim really well. Really no adverse responses to that, but I'll take you over here to the one I transplanted, and surprisingly there were like no hair roots with this. You know, hair roots are almost imperative on any other tree, but with the size of this one, I mean, this thing is 7 foot tall. And if you'd have seen the small root base that I got with it, if you're familiar with running roots, there were no hair roots with it whatsoever. But surprisingly, we have excellent spring foliage. And I didn't transplant this but a month ago. So I'm really impressed and glad that it came back because it is such a large tree. I'll post a video of this after it's bloomed out. Tiger eye sumac is just beautiful, just beautiful. These new sprouts will come out and it'll grow another section, but all of these limbs fall off in the fall, and this is last year's growth right here. Right there is last year's growth. Last year's growth was from here to about here, and yeah. Okay, so tiger eye sumac does have running roots, keep in mind, but they are more manageable than bamboo, not near as aggressive. Alrighty, y'all have a good one.
Yeah, okay, it's coming.
drilling holes for rebar, 1/2 inch bit, 1/2 inch rebar. We got one in there in the corner. We're putting one in each hole where there's no back support on this back wall where we have backfill. I only did every other hole except in the corners and where I think I hit rebar. So that's how we're going to get the lateral strength down on the bottom. Then we'll run the rebar up, fill the voids of concrete. Good to go. Okay, first row is done after a steep learning curve. Nobody here are concrete men, including myself. On YouTube. So today we finished the first course. We'll come up 4 high, and then we need to put thinner block around there for the settlement tank. Alrighty. And after it's all said and done, we were a ½ inch out of square. No complaints, right, Gene? No complaints. Alrighty.